that there's no such thing as a stupid question. Unless we're the ones asking it. From game highlights, to hot takes, to totally unqualified opinions. We're bringing the BS Booster style!
Popping up on Facebook.
I'm sure it does. So, here we are, folks. Welcome to episode number 142 of the BEBC BS.
Hello.
Somebody went falsetto there.
Tweety bird there.
Podcast. I was like, that's stopped me down. I forgot to say podcast because I heard who's a famous soprano singer? Anybody know? Anybody know any?
You got the wrong crowd here, buddy.
Yeah. What's Soprano?
Yeah.
That's a show on HBO.
Yeah.
I love that show. Depends on where you get hit.
I figured with the five of us, somebody would know. God, we'd be awful at Jeopardy. That category.
Yeah, we'd blow their minds.
Yeah, we'd be highly entertaining.
Yes.
That is more important than being smart.
Yes.
Being entertaining.
Exactly.
I could come up with some answers.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Like yesterday?
Yeah, I was going to say. Speaking of which, you were asked a very important question yesterday.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So, we got time here. Let's just throw this out.
Well,
we're not going to answer it.
No.
But
we'll just give you the scene and set it up for later.
There you go.
Basically, you guys were doing were running around, and David and I were still.
I was at the store getting very important things.
I
Sold.
know,
Okay.
Because
A lack of supplies.
Yes.
someone didn't bring it.
What?
Oh, not you. You're good.
I'm just like poking him. But LeBron came up to us and I mean, you never. LeBron's not real vocal, as we all know, but he just out of the blue just came up to, and David and I were in there, and he just.
And he's very deliberate how he walked up too.
Oh, and it was hilarious. It was a side we'd never seen, and I mean, just as loud and boisterous. Hey, Baldwin Eagles, I got a question for you. And we're like, what? Who's this kid? All right, LeBron, what's your question? And just right there. Do you like me or Jeremy better?
Or JD.
JD better. And I looked at him, and JD was right behind him.
I was going to say, you have to make that note.
Yeah, and JD was right behind him. I looked at LeBron, I go, LeBron, that's a question that'll be answered at a later time.
You're like, where did that kid come up with this?
Oh, it was just so out of the blue and so not LeBron-ish.
So it makes you wonder if him and JD have this little thing going on behind the scenes of who do you like better. I tell you this.
Funny.
It was funny going through, because for those of you who don't know, we have our players of the game, and after the games, we go into the locker room and we put magnets. We have these little balding eagle magnets, and we put them on their lockers. And the competition for those is incredible. Mm-hmm. And, we tell the kids, do not steal them. And so far, that hasn't been the case. But just walking through that locker room, they all just stop. And they look, and they're wondering, am I going to get one? Am I going to get one? And it's such a competition to get it. And it's valued, silly.
It's valued more than Bitcoin in that locker room.
I think y'all are listening to your own press releases. Man.
But seriously, they do. I watched them last night.
It's like, how many do I got? Oh, yeah, okay, I got 3. No, there's one down here.
Let's be honest. It's fun watching these kids get excited.
Yeah.
Well, what's different?
And we saw it in basketball.
What's
they all
different
want
is
recognition.
all the parents and the people
They hear
waiting
about it.
to clear out the locker room afterwards. As we're walking up there, they're all looking. Oh, here they come.
Yeah, it's just so
Who's going to get it? Who's going to get a magnet?
It's so silly. But it's funny to watch the kids. But I love the competition, and I love, they, again, anybody could do that and walk in there and say, hey, here's player of the game, blah, blah, blah. But just the fact that they get into it so much, and there just seems to be a competition amongst them. Because we had told KD he'd get another magnet. We hadn't been in there yet, and I walked in last night. He goes, "Where's my second magnet?" I was like, "Dude, got it for you. Here you go." He knew. He remembered.
Well, maybe what we need to see if we can start doing, we'll ask Coach about this, is get in there when they talk to the kids before they send them to the locker room and do an announcement, give it to them while everybody's there. And it's like,
I think you guys... Yeah, just keep doing what we're doing now. I mean,
it's kind of fun to go to the stinky, smelly, sweaty locker room.
Yeah,
okay.
The minute you open the outside doors when you smell it.
Yeah, it's pretty rank.
I mean, you're assuming that, coaches are wanting us right there when they're talking.
Oh, yeah. No, but we have a good time with the coaches we go in there, too.
Yeah.
Find out a little bit about what
stuff.
Yeah, well, about what Wig was talking to the refs about.
Yeah.
So
anyhow, we got to back up. I can't believe you guys described LeBron as quiet, considering in all my years of watching Allen Eagle football, I've never seen someone talk to.
But he's always been quiet around us when all the.
Well, we're sitting on the wrong sideline. If we were over there, we'd hear him constantly.
We're talking about like when they come through at tailgate. Yeah, tailgate. He's never been very vocal.
Under normal circumstances. He's
just out of the blue.
If he doesn't have something to say, if he doesn't have something to say, he doesn't say something.
No,
so it's
no wasted energy.
Saves it all for the football field.
I mean, it was so funny when he said that. It was like,
Mom always liked you best.
Yeah. So, LeBron, JD, we'll get to answer that question at some point in the future.
Yeah, maybe our listeners can weigh in.
All five of you.
Yeah, let's take a poll. Okay.
Should I put that after? Who do you like better? That's so stupid. So stupid.
Oh, we could do that. Put out a poll on X.
No.
Not getting involved in that controversy.
No.
So, big tailgate yesterday. We had all 843 basketball players in the Allen program.
No kidding.
Show up. It's our annual tailgate with the basketball team and coaches and their booster club, and we cook up the burgers and hot dogs for those guys. And it was strange yesterday. And I know Nolan and I were cooking, so we were kind of busy, but just from looking, because for the past couple years you've had the same crew, and those 7 seniors have been there since they were sophomores, or a couple of them had it. So
holding it down. Yeah,
you knew a lot of them, and I looked up and I was like, how many names do I know here? And obviously Neo.
Well, yeah.
D-Mac. Dylan Matlock Reed, and then I knew Giovanni from when he played on JV last year.
Mr. President.
Yeah, Sheehan, obviously. But and then I looked around, it's like, who are all these people?
I know.
Especially the first group that showed up and going, wait a minute.
I think they were JV or freshmen.
Yeah, because there wasn't a single person kid in that group that I was like,
so
are you sure you're basketball?
It's a lot of new faces with the basketball team, and we talked to Coach Sip yesterday and said, how's it going? And he's like, well, it's a little different. And he said we've got a lot of players, and they're very talented. He goes, they just don't know how to win.
Yeah.
And that's the way he put it. Right. And I think it's creating that winning culture and saying, we're going to get you to the point where you're going to learn. Yeah. Neo, obviously,
oh yeah,
guy's been around since he was
so
a freshman.
mature.
He's the leader.
He will be the
so
leader.
mature.
Yeah. And he'll get that up in shape. But I asked Coach about district, and I said, who's going to be? He goes, McKinney had like 5 move-ins. He said,
shocker.
So he said,
I thought Shavers moved out of McKinney.
He did, but he's not basketball. So he said they will be quite the competition. So it'll be interesting. And I personally, I think they'll probably struggle in non-district. Well, I say struggle. They will work towards getting to where they need to be when district play starts, and they'll be very competitive.
They probably need another year.
And again, they're very talented. Like you said, they got a lot of talented kids.
We definitely got hyped again.
Yeah, there's some tall kids. I'm looking up at everybody.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But anyhow, great time with those guys. It's always fun to have them around. Good kids, and we love those coaches. And I talked to them about doing a podcast next week since we have an off week, but they're in a tournament, and he wasn't sure, but he said maybe Sunday. So if we can wrap up, do something Sunday afternoon, we'll get the basketball coaches out here, and we'll talk b-ball with those guys, and see what goes on there.
I was talking to Sip yesterday at the tailgate, and I told him, I said, hey, we coach 7-on-7. And
oh my gosh,
he could already tell what I was going to say. So we could do a scrimmage game. He goes, absolutely, yeah. I said,
how funny would that
dude,
be?
you don't want us
pull
out
up
there.
with a hammy. Oh,
No, we're not playing.
All right, we're gonna play.
run the
We've been walking out in the cold going, technical.
We're gonna play 4 corners.
Nolan and I will coach one team, and you and David can coach the
Okay.
other team, and we'll see.
It's on.
I want Neo.
let's do it. It's
We're
on.
going to do a draft.
We are drafting.
Oh, that would be awesome. Let's
it?
talk to them next week about
Okay.
that. Just come into one scrimmage.
I call it the BEBC.
Or they could do it on the, what's that thing that we have?
Fan Jam.
Fan Jam.
Oh, we've
Butter
got an
slipped
idea.
right off his biscuit. You'll remember it. You'll
I'll
remember what it
but
is.
I had it.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be cool. We need to talk about that.
Yeah.
At Fan Jam. We could do a draft and everything.
Yeah.
How cool.
2 of y'all could wear the white shirts, and 2 of us could wear the blue
Yeah,
shirts.
There you go.
exactly. I like that.
All right.
Or 3 of us could wear the blue shirts.
Let's do it.
Or you could be the ref.
Oh my gosh.
There you go, Cody.
Dude, Cody would be teeing up everybody.
You and me especially.
Yeah.
He'd be blowing that whistle.
Attaboy, Cody.
Man, that'd be great. That's a
Zip,
great idea.
are you listening?
I know Old Chuck's listening, so
Oh, yeah.
John, pass it on, and we'll talk about it next week. That'd be great.
You know he's probably sitting there going, "That would be awesome."
He's probably sitting there like, those idiots.
Yeah, exactly. He probably is.
He's just laughing. He can't control his laugh right now.
He's turning this thing off.
And then we'll have a BBC slam dunk contest, but the rim's got to be at 5 feet.
And then we have the coaches' wives out there doing the cheerleading.
I'm dying now. The 141st game in the history of Allen Eagle football, 1974. Last week, no, this is the 142nd game. 141 was last week. Last week they played Van Alstyne, 135-0.
More
The
shutouts?
following week they went to Salina.
And Salina rocked their boat.
Salina did not rock their boat. Allen didn't really necessarily rock Salina's boat either, but they beat them 7-6
Okay.
in a very close game.
Wow.
2-2 on
That
the
was
year.
exciting.
What year was that?
1974.
74.
You were 40 back then.
No, it was 16, thank you.
Oh my gosh. The 142nd victory in the history of Allen Eagle football. Last week, if you remember, they played the Colony, 130-0 to go to 6-2 on the year. Man, this just tells you the difference in towns. Think about this.
Oh, yeah.
1986, a district game versus Justin Northwest,
Oh my!
Wow.
which was a 4A school at that point. Look how long it took them to get to 6A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allen beats Justin Northwest 31-3 to go to 7-2 on the year, 3-2 in district.
And they were proud of that victory.
That's pretty impressive. 31-3. Wow. From the 142nd. Well, the Eagles got another W in the win column last night with a 62-0.
Absolutely smothering victory.
Oh,
That defense is just, it's dangerous.
what an insane game.
I think our defense needs to be registered as a dangerous weapon.
It's a lethal weapon.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Who do you call?
We should.
Should we call the Collin County Sheriff's Department and say, hey,
We should actually file a letter with the Collin County Sheriff's Department to have the Eagle defense declared a lethal weapon.
So, you played 3 games and you have 3 shutouts. And I'll do this for next week or in 2 weeks. Actually, y'all can do it in 2 weeks, but I'll do the research and see when was the last time they had 3 shutouts in a season. It's been a while, I think.
And we're talking convincing. It's not just
I mean-
shutting the door; it's slamming it, locking it, and padlocking
I'm
it.
not, and I didn't go back and look, and I should have. I don't know how many times McKinney crossed midfield last night.
Not a
Not a lot.
They had
less than what you can count on
And-
one hand.
You've got the stats there, James. They had what? How many first downs? 3?
well, and beyond that. So what? They had 9. How many series did they had? So 2 interceptions, 3 punts, 1 fumble, 1 turnover on downs. It was not pretty.
It was not pretty. Oh, here we go. They had 4 first downs, 3 of which were by penalty. So
they had 1 first down.
1 first down, 19 total yards. Total yards.
Yeah.
Their longest play from scrimmage, I believe, was a pass for 11 yards. If the morning news stats are correct, which they're not always, but
Yeah, well, let's just assume.
so
I think that was like that little screen pass that he broke out.
yeah, it
So-
was.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm running out of words for this defense, and I get it that they're not playing the greatest offensive teams, but then you go back and look, because I pulled because I was so surprised. Plano beats Princeton last night.
Plato beats Princeton.
Plano had 465 yards of offense,
Wow. That's impressive.
Oh,
and they
That
had 80
just-
against Allen.
That's not
Chance Cully, their running back,
boding well from Princeton.
Couple hundred yards.
235 yards rushing.
Oh, Lord.
On
have
20,
mercy.
he averaged 9.8 yards a carry against Princeton. Now,
Yep.
I don't know what that says. I don't know what it says about Princeton.
Well, I'm sure what they're saying is, man, if I had this game against Allen, we would have won.
But he didn't, and that's just
right.
go.
And there's a reason.
That's
Exactly.
I want to actually ask Wig about this game and how does that happen? Because Princeton came in averaging like 47 points a game, and Plano holds them to 21. They had 501 total yards, but they only scored 21 points. And you're just like, and they only had 1 turnover. So it's like, how does something like that happen? We need to figure it out. So Wig will tell us how to figure it out. In about 3 minutes, we'll get him on the phone and
Yeah.
go from there. But yeah, it's just an absolute, and you can tell from the first series. Well,
How it was going to go.
first series,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that interception and return here when we get done with Wig. But
Yeah.
the first real series that they had, and it's just like it's going to be one of those nights again. And
God.
you look at it and go, how good is this defense?
Yeah. Well, and let me update my my numbers and stats here because McKinney has beat Plano. Plano had 9 punts, and McKinney had 2 interceptions
Back.
What?
Plano beat McKinney, 17-12.
last week. We were playing Plano.
Oh, I see
And they
what
had
you're
9
saying.
punts
I see what
against
you're
us.
saying. Okay.
And so in this one, they had 2 interceptions versus us, 10 punts, 1 fumble, and 1 turnover on downs.
And a block punt.
And a block punt. Ugh. Well, one of those punts was blocked. It was ugly. Way to go, LeBron. Well, or LeBron didn't block it. He covered it in the end zone. I forget who blocked
That
it.
is correct. So, just total domination.
And I think it speaks to the fact that we're getting pressure up the middle, and that just destroys offenses.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like a jailbreak.
Yeah,
every other
between
play.
Palmer and Beckham and Johnson last night was in there quite a bit.
Yeah.
And we also saw him put Jacoby Wilkerson in at tackle on passing situations. And that kid can bring the heat, too.
And let me be positive for just a second here. On our coverage,
You weren't being negative.
well, no, but we want to try and be positive and try and build up and give compliments where they're due because the kids have really kept their lanes, and that's been an issue before. And any high school coach can kind of tell you, getting the kids to stick with their assignments and stay in their lanes. And that's what they did, and that's why they couldn't get around us. They would break it to the outside, and we'd have 2 guys on the outside
Somebody's
that
waiting.
were just right there.
Yeah, just waiting.
And that's
from our
powerful.
viewpoint, you can see that very well because you can see that running backs where the hole is, they're in the hole, and so they're going to go
Right.
and look, and you've got Wafer on one side, you got Major Miller or Wilford on the other side, or Josiah Gibson was coming up.
Right, and you can't get that result without trusting the guy next to you.
Yeah.
That he's going to hold his lane, and boy, they did. So good job.
I challenged Coach Hargis earlier in the week. I sent him a text, and I said, Peanut Gallery wants less than 100 yards offense from these guys. And he kind of laughed it off and said, and
I think he achieved that goal.
and they ended up
definitely
with
did.
19. And
I think we go next time less than 20.
I told him that in the locker room last night. He goes, "No, that's not right." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, it actually is." So let's give Coach a call. Jay. That's it.
Hello.
Hey, Coach.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing well. How are you guys?
Well, it depends who you ask. Everybody has an opinion about us. So.
Yes, we do.
Well, we won't ask you what yours
Thanks
is.
for making that clear.
Yeah.
Actually, that was a rhetorical question, Coach.
Yeah.
Oh, well, congratulations. Halfway through the regular season, 5-0.
Yes.
Another big win last night. So let's just get your thoughts on the game itself without digging into anything specific.
Yeah. Well, again, I think, just big picture, just really, really pleased with the guys, the way they continue to work and battle and improve. That's McKinney is, as you're going through film and stuff throughout the week, they're a very, very talented football team. They, as everyone, they have their deficiencies. They're going to get better at the quarterback position. When they do that, things will improve for them. But they do some things well and have some really good ball players and our guys. I'm proud of the way they continue to do things in preparation and then perform on Friday nights. You don't have to look too far, and you see the the Duncanvilles get beat by Waxahachie. Then you see Waxahachie get demolished by DeSoto, and you see Rockwall beat North Crowley, and and you'll see college games today that are 20-point spreads and the underdog will win. You see that stuff all the time, and when you have 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old boys that are out there and playing, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and they just continue to find a way to battle and compete and just get things done. So that, I would say, just very, very pleased with where we are, not just through last night, but through all 5 of those games. Again, with that being said, there's a lot of things in all 3 phases that I think that have got to improve dramatically. But that's going to be after at any point in the year. I think my biggest take is that I'm just really pleased at the way they continue to compete. They're hard on themselves, which I wish at times they would be less that. But they do find joy when doing good. Celebrating with each other. They're doing a good job of that. They're just really, really pleased. Ultimately, again, you'd like every down to go backwards. You'd like to have no penalties. You'd like to, every time they kick to us, score. Every time we kick, it's pinned on the 1-yard line, and every time we snap the ball as a touchdown. You'd like those things, but that's just not realistic life. But again, just really, really pleased. They're, and I leave, and I am literally that person that the things that I said you would like, that's what I expect. And so I leave most games not overly fired up, because that's never going to happen. But then I go back and I watch film. I'm like, okay, you know what? We did a lot better than I thought, typically.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we've learned with us having, James filming. We get to go back and look at plays and say, because just like you have one viewpoint, and you can't look at every single player on every play and realize, okay, that was a good or that was a bad.
Right.
You're looking at what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Well, and we also have a better viewpoint.
True.
Being up as high as we are,
Sure.
sometimes
Absolutely.
Kind of like being in the video.
Absolutely.
Well, and we saw, to compliment you guys, we saw enough, because their defensive line and their defense in general against the run was pretty effective, and gave our young guys a test on the offensive line. Hopefully that showed some improvement, or showed some areas that you like.
Yeah. Again, those guys, when you got 5 juniors up there who none of which played any on varsity last year.
Sure.
I think you're incredibly pleased with where they are and what they're doing. They played Plano, who's a team, again, probably going to be hopefully a playoff team, and they're doing a great job over there. But they are another team that really struggles throwing the ball. They do a good job of running it, and and it was, watching them run against McKinney was just running into a brick wall over and over and over. So McKinney, and they do, they have some really, really, really good athletes. McKinney does on the back end, and plays very physical. And, when they load the box and they have you outnumbered in there, it's going to be hard to find those creases. But it's one of those things that we're going to continue to do, no matter the game, just because I believe that you have to be able to run the ball. The two things, you have to be able to run the ball and you have to be able to stop the run to win, deep playoff games, just because you're going to get into North Crowley weather that we had last year, all those different things that come up. And it's just something you got to continue to evolve. And I said some of those teams we faced, they're really, really struggle throwing the ball. We're one of those teams that, right now, we don't run it like I want to be able to run it. But not that should be unexpected with anytime you got 5 guys who've never played a snap of varsity football up front. You're not going to all of a sudden come in and just be like, oh my gosh, where do we want to run it here? Okay, let's go. It's just not the way it's going to work. And they're getting better every day. But you're going to have growing pains along the way.
Yeah, true. I also liked the way you guys adjusted in your play call. And, some of the passes were pretty covered up, and unfortunately, some got thrown into a little bit tighter coverage. But you guys also had a bunch of pass plays, a little slant here and a little skinny post, and where they were veering into the inside and could really get those completions and get a better look for the quarterback. So good job on the offensive side.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, it was we definitely left some meat on the bone. Just threw it late. Our first interception was just thrown really, really late. Just something that again, those things will happen. We weren't prepared enough and hadn't got enough reps to where we felt comfortable on the timing, but threw it late enough to where the backside safety comes into play, which never should have happened. And then we had another interception where we just tried to get a little cute. It's one of those didn't want to overthrow it, just kind of like let me make sure it's catchable, and then just threw it a little short, and the guy made a good play there too. So just close. But as we know, it doesn't matter who your favorite quarterback of all time is. They're going to throw interceptions. It's going to happen if you're going to throw a pass as a quarterback, you're going to throw an interception at some point. And
that's right.
What I liked was, you mentioned some adjustments. What I liked is the way the quarterback or quarterbacks kept bouncing back and said, let's go. I'm ready for the next play. I'm ready for the next play. And didn't go out there and let one play affect them. If I'm a defensive player and miss a tackle and I'm going to hang my head, then you're not going to be very effective. You better say, okay, I missed it. Go make the next one. And I was proud of everyone but the quarterbacks for bouncing back the way they did too.
Well, I can tell you that your defensive guys didn't miss many tackles last night. Holy moly!
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And yes, no. When we're playing really, 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 really good defense right now, and I think it will be. And we are excited about where we are as a team, is where we are. Playing defense. We're also excited about as the season continues to go on and getting to see different things and different offenses and different challenges. We're excited about those things that lie ahead.
Yeah, Coach, we told Jeremiah at the tailgate yesterday to be careful about feeling sorry for his old team and throwing the ball to him, and he said that'll never happen.
He's just a good kid. He's got friends. I would hope that
passing the love.
If I had a chance to do something special for one of my friends, I'd take advantage of that.
Well, aren't we your friends? Aren't we your friends? Wow, that says it all.
Oh, God.
Love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because we're curious and we never know, but just what was the message at the halftime huddle on the field?
Well, just you don't
have to say it word by word.
Just get a feel for, sometimes I don't remember what the score was. It's still a whole lot to not anything, right? So you get a feel for I really probably as much putting myself. I'm a 16-year-old kid in a varsity uniform on that sideline, and I'm about to go in halftime. I'm up a ton. The ball game is over. I get it. And what I'm going to go in there, and I can't wait to get in there, and I'm gonna clown around. Not that they'll do that, but my focus. So the message was simply that look, we haven't played who we're going to play on the path of trying to reach our goals, right? So the message was simply, we're going in there, and the mindset is, how are you going to handle a halftime when we're down 10-7? How are you going to handle a halftime when your focus, your adjustments, the way you come out of halftime is going to define whether or not you have to dip your helmet in cleaning solution the next day, or you get one more week of practice. So that was it of just refocusing. It's not about our focus this time of year. It's never about, and really forever, it doesn't matter if you're in the quarterfinals or whatever, but it's never about a scoreboard. It's always about the moment, and just reminding them that is, I didn't want them to go in there and think, I'm not going to get to play much more in the second half. It doesn't matter, or whatever. It's just we have a process. We've got to get really good at this next part, and the halftime adjustments, halftime communication was the next part, and I wanted us to be great at that.
Okay. Good point. Yeah, good point.
All right, a couple off-topic subjects. You brought up Plano a little bit ago. How the heck did Plano beat Princeton? Oh, you don't know either. Okay.
Blah, 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 blah.
That makes us feel better.
Yeah, Plano's not. They're defensively not a bad team. They're not, and they're just a team that, they right now are going to really struggle. And I didn't see their game last night, but they're just going to struggle throwing the ball. They just are, and they're not a bad football team. And as they get better and find ways to be able to move the ball in the air, they're not a bad football team at all. I fully expect them to be a playoff team. But I haven't seen Princeton.
Yeah.
Princeton, if I were guessing, just going back off of last year, and Plano, again, defensively, is not a bad football team. They're not, and Princeton, again, just from last year and then seeing some of their scores this year, have been doing a really good job throwing the ball offensively. But they didn't, last year they weren't, the best defense in the state of Texas. And, Plano runs the ball well and does. Plano plays good defense, McKinney and Rock Hill. The three district teams that we have faced, they're teams that are going to give each other fits, just because you're not going to see any of those games be very high scoring.
Yeah.
Unless they're playing Prosper.
Yeah, just so, again, I'm a stat guy. Their quarterback, Plano, was 12 of 15 for 164 yards last night. Chance Cully rushed for 235 yards on 24 carries.
Yeah.
So, and they gave up 501 yards of offense, but Princeton couldn't score. So it's interesting.
Yeah. And that's, again, not having watched Princeton yet, but. And I don't know how many passes did Princeton throw.
They threw 32. They were 22 of 32 for 338.
Yeah, so I would have thought they threw it more than that.
Yep.
Intriguing to me was more, I guess, the Prosper score versus Plano East. Plano East putting up 20 points on Prosper gives me some hope that maybe.
When did they score those points in the first half?
They only scored 7 in the first.
Yeah, 7 in the second quarter and then 13 in the fourth. So that had to have been late night trash. Trash stuff.
There's a lot of time. Again, you see that sometimes with us. So I'd say they scored 7.
Yeah, and Prosper put up 21 in the first and second quarter each. So
yeah. Yeah, so it's 42-7. So,
yeah. The numbers don't always tell you the story.
No, you got, as y'all know, just dig a little deeper. Prosper is really.
I know this, Coach. If you only give up 19 yards of offense, you better win the game.
yeah, you would certainly hope so.
Yeah. All right.
Couldn't hold it to 10.
Yeah. Here's another random question before we get into your picks, just because I know you've been doing, and I was just curious, and I didn't ask you yesterday, so I'm going to ask him today. So, where is one place that you would like to go see a football game that you have not been able to go yet?
Well, I haven't been to many. But for some, my dad always, my dad's coached, and I grew up, in his hip pocket, and then got to play for him, and then actually got to coach with him. And if I heard him say it once, I heard him say it 1,000 times. He'd say, "When I'm the head coach at Notre Dame," and then he'd finish it with whatever, and it was always his statement was that, that's the pinnacle of coaching would be Notre Dame, and then it would be, I'm going to make you do this or whatever. So I just, to me, being able to go to a game at Notre Dame would just, would be so cool for a lot of reasons, but also just, make me feel that much closer to my dad.
Sure.
Nice.
Okay. It's funny you say that, because we got game day on behind us, and they're featuring Notre Dame right now. That was funny.
Oh, wow.
Ironic. So, all right.
It is.
A ton of great games today. I told you yesterday to go look, because you need to study up on these, and you kind of said, "Nah, I got it." So here we go.
No,
by the way,
I said I like to be caught off guard, but no.
Yeah. By the way, you won the week last week with a 4-1 record. So
Oh, wow.
good for you. You only missed Illinois, Indiana, which all of us did. So
Everybody picked them, huh?
yep.
Huh.
So all right, LSU travels to Ole Miss.
Who? Ole Miss?
LSU travels
LSU.
to Ole Miss.
Yep. Man, this is a bad pick. But I really think that LSU. I like what I hear about them. I'm going with them. I think, again, don't feel very good about it at all. But
Okay. I'm glad you're not going to Vegas betting. I don't feel good about them. I'm going to bet it
one that I
anyway.
wouldn't be betting on.
Okay, Auburn goes to A&M.
I like A&M. Of course, playing there, I'm sure, is really tough on opposing teams, but
Yeah. Okay.
I think they might be pretty good this year.
All right. Notre Dame goes to Arkansas.
I'm going Notre Dame.
Shocker.
Sorry.
That's okay. Arkansas will fumble in the last 2 minutes.
No
and
kidding.
That'll be the end of it for them.
They'll be going for the win, and they fumble the ball.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Here's two really big games. Oregon goes to Penn State.
I'll take Oregon.
Aha. And last but not least, the good old SEC tussle, Alabama at Georgia.
Man, this is one of those, if we all miss that one, that we're probably all going to miss this one. I really think that something crazy is going to happen, but I can't go against Georgia at home.
All right.
So I'm thinking Georgia.
Got it. All right. Well, Coach, we appreciate your time as always. Really happy where you're at 5-0, and looking forward to the rest of the season. You got a week off. I know you really don't have it off, but you don't have a game Friday night.
Yeah, y'all have a Friday night off.
Yeah. Well, we'll find something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, I did think it was cool last night. I told the guys that there's not many times you're in a game that you can sit and not that this is how games work, but you can look at special teams and say special teams won 7-0 because our team gave up 0 and our special team scored on a block punt, recovered fumble.
Yeah.
Our defense won 14-0. We scored 2 defensive touchdowns and the team gave up 0, and then the offense outscored them as well. So what I told the kids is I said we beat them 3 times last night. Congratulations.
That's awesome. So
Anyway,
you're actually
pretty cool.
you're actually 7-0. We're not 5-0.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Give us the credit.
Time to wake up.
Yeah. One other thing, Coach, I want to mention. I don't know. You probably know, but ESPN was there last night.
I did. My wife said, "What were cameras on the field?" And I said, "I'm sure there are little video guys. I don't know." And she said, "No, those weren't your kids."
Well, they came by the tailgate, and we inquired a little bit, and they were filming everything.
Yeah. They're doing a feature on Micah Parsons' homecoming, and they wanted to come to a Friday night light game, and they do. So
did some pomp and circumstance and all that
stuff. If you
stuff.
record NFL Countdown tomorrow between 9 and 12, that's when whatever they're going to show is going to be shown. But there should be a lot of Allen stuff there because they were doing the band, they were doing y'all, they did all tailgates. Cool. So just FYI.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, thank you.
Yep, you bet. All right, Coach, have a good one.
All right, y'all have a great weekend.
Talk to you later.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
There he goes, Coach Wig. What a good guy. Aren't we your friends?
he hesitated
He
quite
did.
a bit.
Yeah, thanks. That tells us all we need to know.
But you know what? That's good that he's willing to do that with us, to joke around and kid. And, we've got a story to tell at some point that he told us a couple of weeks ago that will just make everybody cry.
Yeah.
I don't know when we share that, but at some point we will. 62-0, Allen puts the boom, boom, boom on McKinney. As he said, they won 3 times.
Yeah.
That's pretty good that he said that.
And I will just say that got a chance to ask Coach in the locker room when we're handing out magnets what he was talking to the refs about, after one of the kickoffs and stuff, and he said, well, I don't normally argue calls, that vigorously, but he had warned them, and he had actually, I guess, sent some tape to the different, what do you call it,
The referee,
the branch, the referees, Tasso, anyway, to the group, and he'd asked them if they'd seen that film, and they said no, and he said, well, look, these guys are cutting, on these plays, when they're blocking, and you got to keep them from doing that because the kids are going to get injured, and so protecting the kids and looking out for them, and so he's pretty passionate about that, and that's what he was talking about. So thanks for looking out for the kids, Coach. Making the refs do their job. So somebody's got to do it.
And you never saw a penalty on that, but at least he made him aware of it. Who knows if they even looked.
Well, and so far this season, how have the refs been for you guys? I mean, it doesn't seem like they got a ton wrong. They're getting them wrong every now and then, but we're not complaining that much.
Way better than the last 2 years.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. What do you think, Mark?
They haven't been a topic of conversation in the games.
That's what I always think about. Do you look at it and go, is that something that's going to stick in our mind? And I don't see
now
that.
The one kickoff return fumble, or was that a punt return fumble, where he got the ball taken away from him, but he had made forward progress. The guy's pulling him back, and he pulls the ball out. Well, forward progress, you got to blow it dead. But whatever.
He was very adamant that was a fumble too. That ref, he was.
Yep. Well, and an Allen player came up with it at the bottom of the pile. There's
lots of questions.
A lot of questions on that one.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're okay. I mean, nothing's.
So good job, Tasso.
And we haven't had one of those games that we've had way too many of the last couple years where it's just like so weighted in one direction. You're like,
right.
What are you guys doing?
Right.
It's felt very balanced, I think, so far this year.
Well, and I was trying to think. When you think of this team and penalties this year, think of the lack of false starts. I mean, there hasn't been many. There's been a few holding calls, but a lot of those have been on returns.
Yeah, 5 penalties for 55 yards this game. Yeah,
and LeBron got called for a holding call on a kickoff or on a. I don't know if it was a kickoff or a punt return. I think it was a kickoff. No, it was a punt return. I can't remember that, but he had 2 guys blocking on him, and they called him for holding.
Yeah, that was a little ridiculous.
Because I actually saw what was going on there. I was like, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then, McKinney got called for the unsportsmanlike. First he got called for holding, and then he got called for personal foul. And I don't know if anybody saw what happened, but he did the thing that, if you saw on social media this week, there was a big old lineman that
jumped on that
top of the kid laying on the ground
and broke his back.
That's what that McKinney kid did to ours, because I saw it, and I think you saw it too when it happened. It was early in the game.
It was down on the north end zone, right?
Yeah. And it was on a kickoff, and he held the guy, knocked him down, and then I was just like, dude. But they got him for it. So
to be quite honest, we had a team do that several years ago. The Woodland. I mean, when we played oh God, what was it? The guy with a cast on his foot that was supposed to be a really good quarterback. They kicked 63-yard field goal. That's the only points they got the whole game. It was a playoff game.
That was the Woodlands, yeah.
No.
Because we beat them 44-.
No, it was. We played on.
It'll come to you. This side of the table's having struggling this morning.
The mind is a terrible thing to waste.
What are y'all doing?
Num-tum.
All right. Allen receives the kick. And as we just discussed.
Bear was the quarterback.
Oh, Bear.
Oh yeah, you've never seen a quarterback like him before.
Yeah, who was that?
But we were belly flopping other people the whole game.
Yeah.
Piling on.
Yeah.
Josiah gets the kickoff, gets it taken away. McKinney takes over. That was so weird.
Yeah.
That whole thing was just so weird. They get a penalty to start their drive.
And then
what we called at the time, after thinking about it for like 15 seconds, the play of the year so far.
Yeah.
Kenny goes back to pass.
And here we thought Carter's 94-yard touchdown catch was amazing, but
the pass is intercepted by Gibson at about the 3-yard line. He runs into the end zone. He avoids one tackle.
Laterals it.
As he comes out of the end zone, he starts to get tackled. Laterals it. Mr. Kai Wheaton says, "Okay, I'll take this."
100 yards. No big deal.
And that place, I'm talking about, as I said, it was an insane game. That just started it all. You're like, unbelievable.
Wow.
It's like, what in the world is going on here?
Yeah.
You lose the fumble on the kickoff, and then you're up 7-0.
Well, and you'll see the highlight videos inserted here. They faked me out. I thought, okay, we have it, touchback, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, he lateraled it. So I had to start taping again. So we got the run and the interception, but the lateral is missed.
And it was another case all night long, and I'll go ahead and get this out of the way, of McKinney ran, how many plays did they end up running? They had 18.
They ran 47 plays. We had 59.
Yep. 15 of their plays, 0 or negative yardage. So a third of their plays went backwards or nowhere. And that's, again, we talk about this defense. You can win a lot of games when your defense, and you talk about hitting hard.
Oh.
All night long.
Yeah, the McKinney quarterback kind of took the brunt of that. It was, anyway. We won't talk more. We won't talk too much in detail on that.
Allen kicks off to McKinney after leading 7-0. They get one first down. They get their lone first down of the game outside of penalty. And then they throw an interception. Was that LeBron's interception?
That was LeBron. Yeah. Midfield.
Yep. Intercepts. And Allen drives down, kicks a field goal. Which was wonderful.
Yep.
Preston kicked a 21-yard field goal.
And then we do an onside kick.
Recovered by
LeBron. That was a great onside kick. Perfect bounce.
The Deacon was all over the place last night.
Exactly.
Got a pick.
And unfortunately, that's when we talked to Coach. That's when that kind of lazy pass got intercepted. The safety came over and jumped the route. And
so JD throws his first interception of the year.
To one of his friends.
To one of his friends, as Coach said, he was being nice. He had an opportunity to do something nice for one of his friends.
Maybe we need to DM JD and say, hey, that wasn't one of your good friends, was it?
Exactly. McKinney gets the ball, punts. Imagine that. We get the ball again, and we throw another interception. And so it's like, what is going on here? Now, you're up 10-0. Their offense has nothing.
Yeah.
But you've had 2 drives and 2 interceptions. You're like, okay, enough.
And so off of that interception, McKinney runs 4 plays, -7 yards. Hello, defense.
It's just... you look up and you see...
Time after time after time.
Drake, you see Shaw.
Shaw was crazy last night.
Palmer.
Yeah.
Wafer. Major Miller before he was ejected.
Yep.
Wilford. Gibson.
Yeah, Dupree was having a good
Roberson.
night.
They're just all living in the backfield. and you're like, unbelievable, guys. And it was just constant all night long. So McKinney punts, Allen takes over, they go 3 plays, and then one of the prettier plays of the night, they throw a slant to Josiah.
Yeah.
He goes 35 yards for the touchdown.
That was a thing of beauty.
We haven't talked this much about it, or a lot about it this year, but this team has a lot of speed.
Yes.
Yes.
You look at the receivers, you got Jet, who is a state qualifier in 100 meters. Josiah is very, very quick. Carter runs a 4.440.
And for a 6'4", 6'5" kid, that's impressive.
You know, last night, Cody and I were talking, and the running back, Spriggs, obviously, he had a long run last night. Hambrick, you know, not as fast as the rest of them, but Andre Jackson, number 16, the running back.
Yeah.
So quick last night. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, Hambrick is like the closest I think we've got to a head-down power runner. I mean, he's just a bull.
I was going to make the same point. We don't know how fast he is because he's looking for people to hit.
Exactly. He's putting the helmet in the
Goes out of his way and goes, I'm going to come after you,
Which is funny because after the game last night in the parking lot, he came up and get a Gatorade. And I said,
What did you say?
Get off me! And he just started laughing. I said, that's what you tell those boys, isn't it? And he just laughing. And David goes, well, he probably doesn't say it so nice. But yeah, he put his head down and walked away. He was laughing.
He's got a little reputation of taking that free arm and slamming him out of the way.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's great.
That is nice.
So Allen's up 17-0. Kenny gets the ball back, and they fumble on their second play. It's picked up by Roberson.
Way to go, Trey.
Got another defensive touchdown, and the score is now 24-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's church for McKinney. I mean, I don't think anybody in that stadium, even on the McKinney side, thought, "Oh, we still got a chance here."
Well, you know, and I'm noticing through the plays, unlike Plano, where they had a bunch more 3 and outs, McKinney had some 5, 6, 7, 7-play drives. It just didn't end up with anything. Didn't make any yards. Didn't make any touchdowns.
Going backwards on penalties, too.
There you go.
So that
they would get the penalties to get first downs. Yeah.
24-0. McKinney gets the ball. They try to go for it at 4th and 1 on their own 34.
Turnover on downs.
Quarterback gets absolutely crushed.
Shellacked.
Lose a yard. Allen takes over. One play, and I don't know how he got wide open, but Carter Harris.
Yeah, he just had a couple yards, and that's all he needed. Boom, gone.
He had 10 yards on this guy.
And that was where he kind of came in towards the safety in the middle, and he was there.
Yards. For those of you who don't know,
good timing on that pass.
Up until this point, or up until this game, Carter was averaging 44 yards a catch going into this game, and so he had 2 or 3. How many did he have? 3 catches. He brought his average down a bunch. I told his dad last night. I said, "You tell Carter to get his average back up." He had only 2 for 43 yards. One of them being a touchdown, but he was averaging 44 yards a catch. Of course, a 94-yarder will help with that. Allen goes up 31-0. McKinney gets the ball back, go -6 yards. And that kick is blocked as they go back to punt. The Deacon, once again, falls on it for a touchdown. Now he has an interception, an onside kick recovery, and a touchdown on a blocked punt, and you're like, man, he's everywhere.
He's on fire.
He had a good night.
Yep.
He had a good night.
That was good.
Yeah. Who's your favorite? Dow's thrown 2 interceptions. No, but he's thrown 2 touchdowns too.
I think we maybe need to wait till after the Prosper game to
I
decide
think,
that.
I think we need to get our good buddy Steve DeWitt every once in a while, since he is now
The line
helping
crew
out
game.
on the chain gang, which is always on the
Opposite.
visitor sides, and get.
a little
I
feedback
would love to
there.
come up with a segment, the sounds of the game from the chain gang.
You know, we can mic him up.
Oh Lord!
I've got the RF
that
mic
legal?
to mic him up. Probably not.
Yeah, because you'd hear plays or something like that going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
would be
mind.
good.
Sorry about that.
Allen's up 38-0. McKinney gets the ball. Then they get a first down on a penalty.
Woo!
And then they proceed to punt. Ty Snell comes in at this point, drives 16 plays, 73 yards.
Long
Yeah.
drive.
And they go to the freshman tight end, Jaden Davis. Love this guy. Big, strong kid. 11 yards for a touchdown with 15 seconds left in the second quarter. It was a good drive. And Jaden scores, makes it 45-0 at halftime. It doesn't get any better than this. The third quarter seemed to take forever.
I did.
It was just like,
I looked up and I thought, there's still 3 minutes left in the
yeah,
third quarter.
Exactly. And part of it was, McKinney got the ball, and they went 13 plays, only went 33 yards. Again, penalties. We've had 30 yards in penalties on us in that drive, so they really only gained 3 yards.
Yeah.
They end up punting. Allen, for the first time, punts. Again, the third quarter was kind of like, McKinney gets the ball. They go minus 16 yards and they punt. The next series, Dow, JD's back in. He hits Spriggs on a pass in the flat. And this is what I love about our seats, because you could see what was about to happen.
Oh, yeah.
We came to the left towards Allen's sideline, and he started running. And you could just see
The path.
the opening.
The path.
And all he had to do was make one cut.
And he's gone.
Really,
He did juke the guy,
Yeah.
and then it was gone. They weren't going to catch him. He scores, makes it 52-0.
Yeah. What, 59 yards.
Yeah.
Way to go.
McKinney punts. Allen gets the ball back. Snell throws a slant to Abercrombie, but it's a little behind him.
Yeah.
Goes off his hands.
Bounces off, goes into the other guy's hands.
Gets picked. For the fourth turnover of the night. So if you think about that, how many teams have 4 turnovers
and blow
And
everybody
shut
out.
out.
and have a shutout and score 62
points, yeah.
Of course, it doesn't hurt Allen because McKinney can't do anything. It's the end of the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, you have Ty's back in there again. Another long drive. Andre Jackson gets the final 11 yards on a run. I really like that kid. I think he adds something to the backfield.
Definitely.
Makes it 59-0. McKinney punts, and then Allen scores on a field goal with just a little over 4 minutes remaining.
It's good. 36-yard field goal good by number 34,
Preston Hurlis. And Preston, if you're listening.
Way to go.
No, not way to go. I told the coach
I know.
in the locker room last night to bench him. I did.
Wow. Failure to follow instructions.
Yeah. After he's been told. He was even told at halftime, and he said, I got you. Yeah. Preston Hurlis, you're killing us, bro. Allen wins 62-0. Third shutout in 5 games. This team might be okay, fellas.
Yeah.
You know, I remember last 2 years, I think we said this a lot, but we've seen what it takes to win a state championship.
Yep.
One of those things is playing clean.
Yep.
And this is the first game all season where really the team did not play clean. And they still blew the brakes off of their opponent. I mean, this is a good football team, folks.
But you can see why. You can see why Coach really wants to have more of a challenge earlier on.
Oh yeah,
because you know what you've got, but you really don't know what you've got when adversity hits. And like he said, the talk before halftime, he's trying to tell them, keep your focus, man. You can't start messing around and taking things lightly.
That's what we need. Next year we need to move to the other side of the Metroplex.
There you go.
And speaking of challenges earlier in the year, we have an announcement on that front.
Oh my!
Not yet. Oh, not yet. I've got to get the go ahead.
Yeah,
from
someone almost let that cat out of the bag.
No, someone did not, because someone knew what someone was doing.
I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, that's
but
okay.
No,
that's all right.
Not yet. Around the district last night, Prosper beats Plano East 48-20. Plano East falls to 0-5 on the year. But they still are in playoff contention, according to Professor Diggs, because Rock Hill and Plano both won last night. So
that's interesting that game was as close as...
It wasn't. It was 48-7, and Plano East scored twice in the fourth quarter.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it
wasn't. It was
well, and Coach brought that up very, very astutely.
Yeah,
so.
I think it was 42-7 at halftime. Prosper obviously took their foot off the gas. Rock Hill beats an undefeated Plano West 31-13. Rock Hill's, I guess, one of those scrappy teams. They're going to hang in there with everybody else in the district. We'll see how that goes. And then again, I still can't figure out how Plano beat Princeton, but they did. Princeton's been averaging 47 points a game. Slinging the ball around. And again, they had 501 yards of offense, but they lose. And you're like, so yards don't mean anything if you can't score. But it's just like we looked at the halftime stats last night for Allen. Yeah. You're up 42-0, but you got 180 yards of total offense. But you had
special teams and defense balling out.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you got a 3-way tie, between Princeton, Plano, and Plano West at 2-1 in district. And
and Plano holds the advantage over Princeton.
There you go.
Boyd's 0-2, McKinney's 0-2, Plano East is 0-3.
And Plano West haven't played yet, right?
They have not.
Okay.
So
that'll be interesting.
That is where the district stands. Surprise last night, just like last week, we had a couple upsets. Euless Trinity.
They didn't show up.
They got their butts handed to them by Byron Nelson.
Way to go, Byron Nelson.
They fall to 1-2 in their district, and you're like,
Oh, they were, according to the Dallas Morning News, they were one of the top teams in the area.
Exactly.
Well, you know what I think of the Dallas Morning News these days.
Well, I think we all think that.
They've gotten really
well,
bad.
and now LD Bell is on the rise, right?
Well, they're undefeated.
Waxahachie comes out of nowhere to the number 2 team in the area, and then gets their butts handed
Lays
to
an
them.
egg.
Yeah.
Big old ostrich egg.
Yeah, I put very little stock in the Dallas Morning News. Sorry, Greg Riddle, but you guys you're not paying attention. I'm just going to say it.
Yep.
We asked Coach what they were doing this week, and they're actually doing some scouting as they get into the playoff picture. As you look at it, Louisville,
Nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Louisville had a miracle finish last night. Scored on the last play of the game to beat Marcus in the Battle of the Axe.
Really?
Yeah, Louisville.
Very nice.
Marcus scored with like 45 seconds left to take the lead, and then they gave up a 71-yard kickoff return.
Oh, that hurts.
Not for a touchdown, and they drove them down there, and then Louisville scored on the last play of the game to beat them 33-28. So
that hurts.
They're 1-0, Coppell's 1-0, and those are the two teams that you kind of look at and say one of those will be Allen's opponent as we move into the first round of the playoffs. Interesting. Coppell beat Hebron last night is who they played. And so that's probably where that's going to fall. Otherwise, around the state, we talked about Waxahachie. They got shellacked by DeSoto.
Yeah.
So, DeSoto and Duncanville, I think, is this week. And so that kind of will probably be your district winner.
That's a build-up right there.
I say winner.
They had their claim of fame being up there high on the charts and no more.
Yeah, let's see what happens to them. I think... I don't know. It's interesting. It seems to me this year, North Crowley won big last night, but their district is weak. It's kind of like Allen's. Once they get into district play, let's ride because there's nothing there to challenge them.
I think Duncanville's going to take that game.
We'll see.
I have this feeling.
DeSoto started 0-2 and they haven't lost since. So I think they're back to 2-2 now, I guess. But
either found something or found a player or. Who knows?
Claude Mathis got so many bees in his bonnet.
Something.
There's a bee in my headset.
Did you see his quote in the paper?
I didn't
No,
read it.
tell us, enlighten us.
I basically said I've been keeping notes on everybody who's talking about us being 0-2.
Oh.
Claude, is that really what you want to concern yourself with, brother?
I heard that somebody broke into their house and was trying to steal their mama's stuff.
What?
That was the locker room speech when they played us over at Texas Stadium.
Didn't work.
Over at Cowboy Stadium.
Open week for Allen next week.
That's a win.
That's a win. It's a win. I say for everybody to get healthy, but you know what? They are healthy. It's been
pretty healthy, yeah.
So far, so good.
Hopefully, a couple starters will be back.
Well, we'll see what happens on that front. But other than that, we will. I think we will have a podcast next week with the basketball coaches. It'll be on Sunday, so it'll come out Sunday afternoon. We'll get it posted. No game.
No highlights.
2 weeks at Princeton.
That's a plane.
Oh, it's a plane. There's so many noises going on right now. My dog's
somebody's
barking.
private jet.
Going.
It's that private jet coming to pick up Wig.
AC came on. 2 weeks. It's at Princeton.
Get there early so you get a seat.
Get there early.
Get there early for sure.
We may want to bring chairs just in case.
Carpool. Yeah.
We'll have to sit outside the fence and watch.
You better get your tickets early. What you better do?
Yeah.
You buy your ticket as soon as you can.
I'm sure there'll be seats on the home side.
They're usually available on Wednesdays, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
What are they going to do? Kick us out?
I'd go to the Princeton ISD website as soon as possible.
Come
Saturday.
Yeah, next Saturday.
Heck, you may can do it now. Who knows? But I'd get those bought and
maybe we'll arrange some sideline passes for that game. That'd be fun.
You can probably do that. So that's Princeton, and then the following week is Plano West, and then Prosper. So you're getting to that point.
No, Boyd didn't Prosper, isn't it?
No, Prosper's the 24th. I know that.
Yeah.
And then Boyd is Boo Bowl night. So
chilling.
I'll be thinking about our costumes for Boo Bowl.
the Gath's right. I'm trying to dress up as something.
I think I'm going to come as Chit. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You don't know who Chit is? No. Oh my gosh, we got to like yeah.
Oh boy.
Do it, lady.
I guess I'm going to learn something here.
Do it, lady.
We appreciate y'all listening. Pass it along to your friends. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber here or Spotify. It'll be on both. So, folks, anybody got anything else?
No. Thanks for everything. Thanks, ladies from the Basketball Booster Club.
Yeah.
Appreciate all your help in wrangling the boys up.
Yeah.
And Jacqueline, you did a great job.
Yeah. Way to go, Jackie. Jackie was like the waitress.
The hostess.
She
the hostess with the mostest.
Yeah, she's going around
show
and
me a Coke.
talking to the boys and handing out cookies
Yeah,
and
she did a great job. So
cleaning up. I mean, it's just like
appreciate her being there.
Yeah.
So until next week.
But they need some motion or something to get past our front line. here, Sank. Good one.
Sit. There you go. Yeah!
Big effort from Jeremiah.
Griffin.
Oh!
Go! The big guy got it. Go, get the big guy.
Wow.
Jordan Phillips.
Oh, snap.